A giant-sized fish weighing 120 kilograms was caught by fishermen.
This fish is so big we can't pick him up. 4 grown men cannot pick this fish up.
So when you pull up the net and oh, that thing is there, what's going through your mind?
I don't know. I call it. It's crazy. I mean, it's an ugly fish.
Caught on camera and caught on a hook. Take a look at this massive gator right here. This alligator is more than 13 feet tall.
A simple job like fishing can always lead to a big find. Nature always has a big treat in store for us, from strange animals to mutated freaks. Hence, let us see what this fisherman caught that no one should have. This fisherman set out to find the famous Warsaw grouper. They went on an exciting voyage with supplies into the depths of the Gulf of Mexico, so we load the boat was full of fuel, groceries, and they threw their lines at Pulley Rich and hoped for the best. I finally felt the pull of a huge catch. You had him, Jason Warsaw.
You got him, Jason? Warsaw on? No! Jason, get him! Get him! Get him! Get him, dude! Get him! Get him!
After a fierce battle with the sea monster, they were able to win. Pulled a huge Warsaw grouper on board. Oh my God, he's on board too. It was about 294 pounds and was almost as big as the 2 grown men. When we caught him, he was over 300 pounds. They were thrilled to finally catch him. The scary thing, they'd always wanted to. Swordfish. A few well-known fishing spots, they felt the tail sign of a swordfish on the line after a fight. As they tried to catch the elusive swordfish, they were able to lift the huge catch-up board with a lot of pulling and were amazed at how big it was. Hey, look at that. She's bigger than 150 pounds all day. That's over 150 pounds. After taking the hook out of the fish's mouth, they quickly put it in a cooler with lots of ice to keep it cool. Colonel came back when they weighed the fish on the ground and found it to be about 182 pounds. LB 182.5. Okay, guys. Now I want to know who said 182.5. Finally, they took the fish home to a big feast. It was my first time ever also eating fresh swordfish. Fish that cry. A few years ago, this video of a fish in China crying like a baby went viral. Talk of the town. Everyone wanted to know more about it, and many thought that a new species had been found. Others thought it was a cursed fish that would bring bad luck. But the mystery was quickly answered when someone said it wasn't a fish at all, but a Chinese salamanders can make noises that sound like babies crying. Another interesting fact about them is that they are also called baby fish because the sounds they make. Something fishy. There are many shocks that can happen while fishing, like this one involving 2 young Filipino fishermen. While fishing in a swamp, they came across a very strange fish. They saw a pale fish lying alone in the water. The still fish looked like it had died, and when he picked it up, a long body came out. The guys then told him that it was a huge eel, and the water was full of them. They had no trouble getting all of them. Besides the eel, they caught some other small fish and took their stash back at home to enjoy. Like a wolf. Oh my God, Jacob, they weren't kidding. A group of friends were out on the fishing expedition found something very strange, a huge wolf-like animal. We were going by when my brother-in-law caught this wolfish, so we stopped to take a look. They are known for being big and strong. Their clips of them eating soda cans have been shared a lot on the internet, so one of the guys wanted to let him try it out for himself. We'll see what he can do with a soda can. When they put the can in the fish's mouth, it sucked it up right away, onto it, and broke it up. Dude, it blew up. Oh my, they liked the fierce fish so much that they chose to let it go back into it was water.
After appreciating the ferocious fish, they decided to let it go back into the water. This group of friends
Malabar grouper. When these friends went fishing, They were after a famous 100-pound Malabar grouper. They were determined to try again because they had failed before. Their hard work paid off this time, and they were successful. They were able to get the remarkable catch. They worked hard to get the big fish on the boat. It was a dream come true, for they looked at the black spot rock cod and were so happy to finally cross it off their list.
They worked hard to pull the giant fish onto the boat, and the fish was a dream come true for them. A famous host
Eel of Amazon.
set out on a mission with
We got electricity. We got Ellery Brady Barr, a popular host and herpetologist who set out on a mission with to catch an electric eel. Local fishermen carefully set up their nets near where the eel liked to hide. We know there was an electric eel in this hole, so we quickly wrapped our net around it. After a while, they came out. Suddenly, he felt a ripple in the water, which meant the eel was coming closer. Brady moved in to catch it, excited to finally make the catch. He tried to catch it, but as he did, the eel hit him, sending a shock through his body.
Yeah, I felt it! I felt it! Yes, he's there! He's right over there! He's right over there!
On the other side. Over there. But he kept going because he was determined to catch the sneaky fish. After some trouble, they finally caught it. Think of them as bug eyes. The eyes an angler in China caught an unusual fish, or was it a pigeon? He was taken aback and perplexed, but eventually learned it was a mutated grass carp. The fish had a typical body shape, but its head was shaped like a pigeon. As the video went viral, people speculated about what it could be. Some suggested a hybrid, but that didn't seem likely. Others speculated that it was a previously undiscovered fish species. Ultimately, it was determined that it was simply a mutant grass carp. Enthusiastic fish. Oh, let's move on to another natural marvel that will leave you speechless. This one looks exactly like this fish, except it has two mouths instead of one. When it got hooked, the fisherman was taken aback by its peculiar appearance. The two-mouthed fish quickly became famous, with onlookers lining up to see it. The fisherman, too, was equally shocked. Radical change. Genetic modification. This fish caught the attention of fishermen in central Russia, but their jaws dropped as they reeled it in. It looked completely out of the ordinary, like something you'd never seen before. When the experts gathered to examine it, some suggested it might be a mutant Chinese sleeper, while others dismissed that idea, suggesting instead a hybrid of eel or piranha. No one ever determined the fish's true identity. Skeletonized shark. The Cyclops shark from in 2011, scientists made a groundbreaking discovery, a fetus of an albino shark. Not only was it the first of its kind, but it was also a Cyclops shark, a rare and unusual species, with no prior records of any kind regarding sharks with these characteristics. The discovery was made in Mexico, in the Sea of Cortez. Scientists and fishermen were ecstatic because it was the first of its kind to be officially confirmed. The fisherman salvaged the animal from a larger shark's mouth in the net, but he was also shocked that the shark probably wouldn't make it because of its unusual abnormalities. When they finally reached shore, they dissected the shark and discovered that it had one eye, which was completely new. Seen monster with 3 legs. Monster people were fishing near Coney Island when they reeled in a very strange sea creature. No one knew what it was, so they turned to internet geniuses for help. One of the geniuses uploaded the video to TikTok, and the internet went wild. The video showed a scaly fish with a crocodile-like body writhing on a dock. But there was a twist. It survived out of water, revealing itself to be a 3-legged reptile that defied aquatic norms. Nobody knew what it was, and everyone was just as confused as the fishermen. Was it a mutant reptile, an undiscovered creature, or something else entirely? Fish with alien eyes. Fish methods for departure from the uncharted seas. Another one of those instances where you shock the creatures that dwell beneath the depths, creatures so bizarre that they baffle even the experts. The fisherman went about his usual business of casting his net into the water in the hopes of catching fish. However, as he reeled in his haul, something unusual caught his attention. Of all the fish in the net, one had an enormous mouth, and its long body and fins gave it the appearance of being a cross between an eel and a fish. Could this be a hybrid or a rare mutation? Various viewpoints were held, but definitive statements were impossible to make. Alien River Monsters host and popular TV personality decided to go to the Chernobyl River to catch a fish called the Black S. The area was radioactive, and there was a story that a Black S had eaten a diver's hand. This made the fishing experience even more unique, and there wasn't much else going on. It wasn't long before he had something huge caught on his bait. The giant black som, which was supposed to be twice its size given its age, showed that the radioactive. Fishing drama. Would you look at this? It's a yellow edgefish, and if you look closely, you'll notice that its eyes are protruding from their sockets, as if someone had glued them there. Plus, it has a tongue. It was just another pleasant fishing day on the ocean, with the usual routine of reeling in fish, until one of their catches was unusual. I was going to show you guys this grouper, but it wasn't a mutant or endangered species. It was simply a case of barotrauma, which affects deep-sea fish that normally live in environments with higher pressure and causes their eyes to swell outward. Fish with 3 eyes in the New York Canal. Canal image that seems bizarre in 2016. A video of a fisherman reeling in a catch in Brooklyn's Gannis Canal went viral, sparking heated debate over the fish's identity. Some were shocked by the unusual appearance of the fish, while others claimed it was fake, saying it was not. Bipedal fish native to Argentina. People started to reevaluate their inconsistent assertions after the 2011 nuclear power plant accident, which may have been the consequence of a mutation. Extraterrestrial fish. This young fisherman, who was on a mission to catch the rare blue halibut, found something far more remarkable on his hunt across the Norwegian island. As he struggled to reel in the enormous, bizarre fish, he nearly fell into the water in his excitement. He had completely lost track of his original purpose in fishing until word got out that the fish was actually a rough-head grenadier. Yes, it does look alien because of its eyes. Catfish. It was like this guy was starling in his own National Geographic show, diving headfirst into the water and bringing up a large, defiant fish called a sucker-mouth catfish. The fish clearly didn't want to be caught, as it wriggled and wriggled to escape its grasp. This fish is known for its striking appearance and its diet of wood. You might have noticed that fish aren't everyone's cup of tea, but this man skillfully and quietly caught a sucker-mouth catfish. These guys were lucky to be on a parrot kitchenet hunt in this river, since there were so many of them. Just look at that sucker's head. You have no idea what he's thinking. Their enthusiasm quickly transformed into pure joy as they delicately caught the fish. To their delight, they noticed something peculiar about the small orange fish, a peculiar bump on its head, as if its brain were protruding. This peculiar mutation further piqued their interest. This particular specimen appears to be a hyboid head, and it appears to be prepared to produce a large amount of brain tissue on this particular plateau. Another specimen was discovered in an unusual state, with its eyes protruding from its skull. The kite was swimming normally and appeared to be in excellent health, but its outward appearance suggested otherwise. I believe a red-tailed catfish snatched him in its rage after it bit its head, causing its eyes to bulge out like that. The fish had clearly been through an attack. Lifeless fish. This is the Maldives version of resilience. It's interesting to note that fish can actually live for up to 6 months without their body. This is because their vital organs, such as their brain, respiratory system, and spinal cord, are located in their heads. So long as these organs remain intact, the fish can withstand being submerged for an extended period of time. A diver came across what appeared to be a mostly eaten fish, but that didn't stop it from defying all odds. Venomous fish. The bottom dwellers were having a ball until they hooked up with a truly unusual fish. Everyone was guessing that it was a root fish, a rare species of fish, a yellow tail, or something else entirely. However, as they reeled it in, they discovered it was actually a scorpion fish, one of the most venomous marine creatures, with fins that could intoxicate a man with a single touch. Marine mammal. Dolphins in Monterey Bay. Stunned onlookers and made news after an unusual albino dolphin was seen swimming alone and later with a pod of dark gray dolphins. Marine species never cease to amaze. A pod of dolphins was captured by the drone as they swam off the coast. However, there was an unusual sight amidst the gray dolphins, a single white dolphin. I never knew dolphins could be albinos before, but this one certainly was. Albinos have been seen swimming with the gray dolphins in Monterey Bay and Laguna Beach, but they are extremely rare sightings. Unexplained fish. An ordinary day of fishing took an extraordinary turn when a man's rod caught an unusual fish. He had been casting for ordinary fish, but his luck ran out when he reeled in a massive, sluggish-looking specimen that stunned and thrilled him with its fins, patterns, and sluggish body texture. The fish turned out to be a snakehead, an extremely rare find even in its native freshwater reservoirs of Asia and Africa. Gator with no jaw. Unusual traits: an adult alligator with half of its jaw missing was discovered in September 2023 by a Florida resident. Although it appeared that the baby had suffered for a long time after an animal fight in the wild, the staff at Gatorland saw the animal and decided to take it in for a better home. Although the alligator was now a little diva, it was being well fed and receiving medical attention, and they were hopeful that this would increase the animal's chances of survival. Additionally, the alligator became more spirited and active.